Of all the fights on the card this weekend, this is probably the one that I am looking forward to the most. We got Arman Tsarukyan taking on Joel Alvarez, aka El Phenomenano, and both these guys have been looking absolutely killer as of recently. We know Joel Alvarez as, the slick submission specialist, prior to that last performance. That's essentially how he was getting all of his wins. But in that last performance against Thiago Moises, he showcased just an amazing stand-up game. He had those filthy knees up the body. He was able to just pressure Moises for that entire contest, and we didn't even get to really see much of his, slick grappling chops, specifically because we saw him demonstrate that new, well-rounded skill set on the feet, and he might need that in this one against Arman Tsarukyan, Halakalakalets, who at 17-2 is a guy who was kind of a decision machine, right? Decisioning basically every fight, but most recently got a beautiful finish early too against the Spartan Christos Giagos. And if we look at Islam Makhachev's closest fights beyond his one loss to Adriano Martins, Arman Tsarukyan arguably gave him his closest contest. I mean, it was still unanimous for Islam, but that really showcased the level of how good Arman Tsarukyan is. Because unless you're Islam, then you're kind of getting smoked by a Halakala. So what are your thoughts on this one? Do you think that Sarukian's going to have enough to take out El Phenomenano, or is Joel Alvarez getting this done?
Yeah, this is such a tough one to pick because both these guys' records are insane. Their win streaks are insane, and their losses are, hey, no shame in that. The guys that they've lost are monsters and have been on a tear of a win streak themselves. Um, but I gotta go with Alvarez. I think I like his reach. I like his length. I like the way he was moving the last fight. Um, I think he's maybe the stronger, better fighter. Might even get a sneaky submission if Armin takes him to the ground or something. But I kind of see this being a stand-up, nice little brawl, and I'm gonna go with KO second round.
Yeah, and I don't blame you because I mean, if the guy that shows up on Saturday looks anything like the guy we saw smoke Thiago Moises, then that seemed like an absolute world beater and a guy who can truly compete with anyone in this division. So if that guy excuse me, if that guy shows up, then I can see this being a difficult evening for Sarukian. And you touched on how the fact that both these guys, their only recent losses are to killers. You look at Joel Alvarez, right? You nailed it. The last time he lost was to Demir Ismagulov, who that guy never loses in the UFC either, and that fight was not close at all. I remember that was it was Joel Alvarez making his debut. I think it opened up a card, and he got absolutely smoked by Demir. So both these guys only ever losing to killers, and great to see the UFC give us this true killer versus killer matchup in this one because it's going to be absolute fireworks. And if we look at typology, 39% is rolling with Joel Alvarez. About 28% of it is brown, though. They like that KO TKO. Decent sliver for the copper submission, which obviously you see all of those wins that Alvarez has garnered via submission, so that makes sense. And then, a decent sliver for that decision as well. 61%, however, is rolling with Sarukian, majority of it by decision. I'm gonna roll with that 61%. I think that Ahalakalakalets gets this one done. Although I could see Joel Alvarez winning this fight, and if he did, it might even be by finish. So, do you think this one's going to go the distance, or are you like, would you say bullish on a Phenomenano finish?
It wouldn't surprise me if it goes the distance, but I'm pretty bullish that Phenomenano is going to get a finish, just like Tapology, some with a sub, majority KO, and yeah, I wouldn't surprise me. I think a sub is more doable than a KO, but I would put them 50-50. One of those are happening though. I'm going with, I'm thinking second round finish.
Yeah, the sub, he's 6'3", he's got 77-inch reach, and Sarukian is a powerful guy, but definitely not as long for sure. Last thing, do you think Joel Alvarez is gonna make weight? He's struggling to make this 155 cut. I mean, the dude is huge. What do you think? Does he make the limit?
I sure hope so. Nothing surprises me when you're 6'3" trying to cut to 155. I don't know how you could. I haven't weighed 155 since fifth grade, so I don't know how these guys do it, but they are not naturally 155. So wouldn't surprise me if he misses weight. But he's professional, so he should be good, hopefully.
Let's hope so. This one's going to be absolute fireworks. Let us know in the comments who you are rolling with, because we know you know that this is an absolute banger of a meat fight in this one. We're split on the pick. He's rolling Joel Alvarez. You boys got Arman Tsarukyan, but let us know who you have.